Alright. Salvete ab Astris, my fellow lore masters. And today, it is I, Hydra, and I'm back with another video. This video, it's going to be a little bit more structured, so I'm actually quite excited to present this one to you guys. So, I'm sure you saw the title, so let's just get right into it. So, in the DLC for Fallout 4, Far Harbor, one of my personal favorite DLCs of all time, Dima asks you the question, are you a synth? Now, you could think, no, I'm not a synth, that's impossible. Which is completely fine, but if that's the case, then to be honest, I don't know why you're here, because, ladies and gentlemen, that is the topic we're exploring today. Is the sole survivor of Fallout 4 a synthetic human? Now, allow me to present a few opening points before we really get into the main argument. Firstly, let's talk about the railroad. More specifically, an outpost you see just outside of Vault 111. If you, from right getting out of the vault, turn left and go down the road a ways, then you'll see the outpost. There's a railroad sign with a an ally, which is it's like a plus symbol, which means an ally. And it is clear that whoever set up this place was planning on being here for a long time. It's almost like, well, as if they're waiting for someone, waiting for you, the sole survivor, to emerge from the vault. Now, I'm not sure how much the railroad knows about the Institute and where they got their synths from, but they obviously suspect that the Institute did something in Vault 111, or else they wouldn't be there, because any business that the Institute is involved in, the railroad is sure to investigate, which is exactly what led them to Vault 111. As I will explain to you, everything that I'm talking about is all interconnected by one thing, the sole survivor. They are the person that could either make or break the Commonwealth, depending on what faction views you have as a player. If you end up going far enough into the Institute questline, eventually, Father will want to meet with you on the roof of the CIT building, where he will say he released you to see what would happen. This, ladies and gentlemen, well, this is where things start to get juicy. This entire video is structured around this experiment that Sean conducts on the sole survivor. That is, in reality, far more than a simple experiment. It's a test, and it's a damn big one at that. So, I believe that Father's experiment goes deeper than simply wanting to see what would happen. Perhaps, and again, this is entirely theoretical, perhaps Father perfected the technology of the Generation 3 synth, making it more closely aligned with humans. And while I'm explaining this, keep in mind, the entire point of the synth is to replicate the human being, to be as close to an actual life form as physically possible. So why wouldn't Father take this extra step in the name of the Institute, mankind, and all that he's worked toward? Remember, Sean's entire life is the Institute. It's all he's ever known and all he ever knew. If he could succeed at this experiment, it would become his crowning achievement. And another thing to note is that throughout the game, throughout your time with Sean, he never really refers to you as mother or father, at least as far as I can remember. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comment section. And the reason for that is because he doesn't see you that way. both his real parents are dead. You are his creation, a synth. So, to continue, in order to perfect synth technology, this model would have to be entirely independent. No programming, no commands, absolutely no artificial interference. The only thing artificial about this synth is its body. With the memories of the soul survivor implanted in this synth, Father had it put into cryogenic sleep exactly where the soul survivor was, in Vault 111. And he waited and watched. He watched the synth's every move as it was released from cryogenic sleep. Because, as we all know, the crows that you see all around the Commonwealth are spies for the Institute. So in this case, yes, the birds literally work for the bourgeoisie. But anyway, back to this experiment that I mentioned. As I said at the beginning, I believe it goes much deeper than when Father said, I wanted to see what would happen. I believe that Father wanted you, his artificial parents, and crowning achievements of his crowning achievements, I think he wanted you to take charge of the institutes. Just think about it for a second. You were literally his life's work, the first Generation 4 synth, fully independent. And what if the Soul Survivor, his greatest creation, could take charge of the very institution that he cares about most? Humanity's greatest hope for survival. It's quite emotional when you think about it, actually. Let me explain. All his life, Father was taught to work. The Institute comes first, everything else later. And to reinforce that, he had no parents to teach him anything. More importantly, how to express his emotions. I find it astounding that even if you choose to betray the Institute and destroy it, he still wants you to be happy with the child synth version of himself that he reprogrammed just for you. This is nothing short of an act of love, an act of someone who truly cares, or cared about you. It's nothing like the Father we know and spoke to. He may not show it, but I believe Father truly does love you, as in the Soul Survivor. The first Generation 4 synth, his greatest creation. Because even if the Soul Survivor chooses to destroy everything he knows and holds dear, he still wants them to be happy with young Sean forever. Because as we know, you and your son are both synthetic humans, meaning you are most likely immortal, similar to our favorite detective, Nick Valentine, only much, much more perfected. So, in short, yes, you, as in the Soul Survivor, are the first Generation 4 synth, fully independent, fully free-thinking, free of Institute commands and programming, the closest thing possible to a human being, another living thing, another life form. And Father could not be more proud of this fact. He has worked his entire life to create you, which is why he banks everything he holds dear on you. Because he loves you. He loves everything that you are and everything that you represent. Humanity's greatest hope for the future. Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. My first scripted video. I hope you found it quite entertaining. It was a lot of fun to record, but I noticed the gameplay actually ended up ending. I honestly didn't think it would go past like 5 minutes, but it did. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, definitely. Uh, See you later.